Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, I wanted to have a talk with you guys about the Pyro Archon, because I noticed that a lot of players are actually not satisfied with Mavuika's character. I've been making some videos lately, pretty much talking about the Genshin story, how it's lacking, talking about the devs. We've been going crazy on Hoyoverse these past couple days, and we're gonna keep going. So I noticed in the comment section, after I made these videos, some people would say that the main thing they were not satisfied with is Mavuika's character, saying that she is essentially Mary Sue in Genshin Impact. So I really wanted to talk about that because I think that's a great topic, and I agree. I feel like the character, she, like, for an Archon, I understand she is an Archon, but at the end of the day, she is a human, and she barely showed any human qualities. So I understand why a lot of people are saying that she is Mary Sue. Now, I will say, for the entirety of version 5.0 and 5.2, um, it was really hard to see some flaws within Mavuika, because I think one of the main things that made Mavuika different from other Archons is the fact that she is a human. So the fact that she's a human being, I was assuming that it was like I was assuming that the traveler was gonna have some sort of connection with Mavuika. He was like, his connection with Mavuika was gonna be far more effective than his connection with previous Archons, because she is a human being. You look at Archons like Raiden Shogun, we couldn't get along with her because she was so hard focused on eternity, trying to uh trying to push everyone into one path and pretty much forcing everybody to live a certain way. It was really hard for us to have a connection with Raiden Shogun because of that. But it's understandable because she is not a human being, so it's hard for her to actually understand the way humans are. So that right there, like, even Raiden Shogun, as much as I hate Inazuma, Raiden Shogun actually had character development because he actually learned more about humans. She learned more. She pretty much learned that humans will always push forward no matter what. Humans will always move forward. They will always walk forward no matter what it takes. Shout out Aaron Yeager. Like, we even look at Nahida. Even Nahida admitted that she has flaws. She's not good at fighting. That's a flaw. We look at Venti, always drunk, immature in certain situations. That's a flaw. We look at Farina. Now, Farina isn't really the Archon of the nation, but the Hydra Archon, I forgot her name. I think Fossilores, I think that was her name. I forgot. But the Hydra Archon for Fontaine, her plan was good. She was able to avoid the crisis where the people of Fontaine would dissolve in the water. But the thing is, the heavenly principles, if they reawaken, Fontaine is cooked, because the seed, like, the Hydra Archon is pretty much gone, which isn't good. So, and plus you have a Hydro sovereign dragon who's ruling over Fontaine, which is Neverlet. So she still put her nation at risk. So that is also a flaw. So you have all these characters, all these Archons. They're pretty much gods. They're not even humans. They're literally gods. They have flaws, but when we look at Mavuika, she is the only human Archon so far, and she is literally perfect. And I know there's going to be some people arguing, saying, she's not a Mary Sue. I mean, when we come over here on Google and search up the term for Mary Sue, it literally says a Mary Sue is a fictional character, typically female, who is portrayed as unrealistically perfect, lacking significant flaws, and often possessing exceptional abilities, making them seem implausible and unrelatable within a story. Essentially, a character who is too perfect and overpowered, often seen as a form of author self-insertion or wish fulfillment. So when you look at this definition, I mean, there's no way that you can ignore the fact that Mavuika synchronizes with this definition right here. She is literally Mary Sue, bro. And a perfect example is the fight between Mavuika and the Abyss, right? For final act. Got the Traveler, Mavuika, they're both fighting the Abyss. In the Abyss, they pretty much mimicked one of the Sovereign Dragons. I think they mimicked the Power Sovereign Dragon. And the Sovereign Dragons are more powerful than Archons. But I think since the Archons, since they have authority over their nation, the Sovereign Dragons are not as powerful. But maybe the Abyss is exception. I don't know. That's like a whole different topic. But the point is, you would think that the battle between the Sovereign Dragon and Mavuika, you would think that the battle would be intense. You would think that she would have scars on her body because she's fighting a Sovereign Dragon. But it's like The battle, it felt like the battle was like, how can I say this? It felt like the power of friendship battle where, oh, as long as we have our friends, we're invincible. That's the problem. And it's not only the power of friendship, it's the fact that she's just too OP. She is too OP. Every single time she's in a fight, always comes out victorious. I just think this character is just too perfect, man. And there's just no room for improvement. No room for improvement. No room for character development. And the fact that she is a human being, it just doesn't match. It doesn't match at all. And I also wanted to take a look at her character story because they give a lot of information about the character to pretty much tell you, who they are as a person. And when I read this, holy shit, bro. It's fucking bad. It's actually bad. Like, she's just too fucking perfect. But let's read it. So it says, when the name of Wika is mentioned, the citizens of Natlan will not be stingy with their praise, for she has proven herself well qualified and worthy of respect, be it as leader or Archon. Now, for this part right here, that's understandable because, she definitely deserves a lot of respect because she is an Archon. I'm not surprised. And, she works hard. I understand that part. We move on. It says she is the pinnacle of strength in Natlan, and she has the bearing to match. Even newly arrived travelers need only hear her speak at the Stadium of the Sacred Flame to know that she merits being known as the Sun. She is exceedingly awe-inspiring, but is no unsmiling ruler whose ways may as well be set in stone. In informal situations, she is an enthusiastic and friendly big sister figure, always ready to chat and ever open to reasonable suggestions. What the fuck, bro? It's like they're pretty much saying that she is perfect. Like, how can you guys write this down and say, yeah, she's a human? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, man. It's weird. And we continue. It says, on the eve of the pilgrimage of the return of the Sacred Flame, the Weary Inn is often packed with passionate revelers, and Mavuika can often be found there, playing cards or singing songs with everyone. And even if some drunk person splashes their drink onto her, she doesn't mind at all. So you mean to tell me if somebody goes up to her face, takes a drink, and throws it at her, she's gonna be like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. There is no fucking way this is a human. I'm sorry. No fucking way. Like, you can spit at her face. You can literally go up to her and straight up spit at her. And she's gonna take the spit, lick it, and say thank you very much. It's insane, bro. Now, when we take a look at her hobbies, so it says right here, her other great indoor hobby is solving puzzles, whether these involve logical reasoning or pattern recognition, and regardless if their contents are images, numbers, or even stories, all quickly suck her into a world of her own. After enjoying time well spent making deductions and decisions, she even scores these puzzles based on their quality, difficulty, and reasonability, so that her fellow puzzle hobbyists have a reliable standard to refer to. So they're essentially saying that she is the standard when it comes to solving puzzles. Like, she is the meta. What the fuck, bro? This is crazy. This is actually crazy. She's good at puzzles. She's good at rock climbing. Like, if we come back up here, it says her next step was to train and train a lot. Where was it at? It was somewhere around here. Oh, it says Mavuika honed her climbing skills to perfection, most quickly indeed. Good at climbing, good at solving puzzles. I mean, what else is she good at? What else is she good at? Flying? Like, what else do we have here? If the puzzle requires separating multiple connected pieces of metal, she will affix one piece to the table, thus restricting the number of directions in which she can. I can't, bro. I can't fucking read this no more. That's enough. Holy Mary Sue. And one part that really proves that this character is just so perfect in so many ways and why that's a problem is when she decided to sacrifice every artifact that was precious to her. Like, she had a treasure room that was filled with artifacts from these Natlan warriors in the past who died. She had a room filled with these artifacts, and she decided to just sacrifice all these artifacts for a girl she doesn't even know. It's insane. It's like, you would think that she would hesitate. You would think that she would start second guessing herself, saying, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to sacrifice these artifacts for one girl I don't even know who's stuck in the Night Kingdom? That would have been a perfect opportunity for them to show, Mavuika being selfish, her only thinking about herself. But she just consumed all the artifacts with no hesitation. She wasn't even sad. It's like, come on, bro. Like, come on. her fight with Capitano was like the perfect opportunity for them to show human qualities with this character. Like it would have been a perfect opportunity for her to, you know, be emotional, be furious, make horrible decisions, you know, fight Capitano out of rage. That would have been the perfect opportunity. But it's like throughout that entire fight, I mean, it was just her just fighting him, to be honest. She was just fighting him, and that's it. After the fight ended, she was like, yeah, go look for them. And she went back to Kanich, and Eon's son just kept talking with him. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's like there's just no emotion with this character. No emotion. I can't find a single flaw with this character. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Like, if she wasn't a human, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be complaining about her character and saying that she's a Mary Sue. I feel like people would accept the fact that, you know, she is flawless. But the fact that they said that she is a human, that's the part where everybody's like, all right, if you guys are going to say she's a human, how are you guys going to make her flawless? It just makes no fucking sense. There were so many opportunities in the story for them to show, you know, her human qualities, but that didn't happen. I wouldn't be surprised if she came out the womb as an adult. I wouldn't be surprised because it's really hard to believe that Mavuika was a child who was emotional, who was irrational. It's hard to believe because when we look at her now, it's like it's just perfection, bro. Nothing but perfection. So it's really hard to, you know, understand this character. It's really hard to synchronize with the character who has like close to zero flaws. It's insane. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. But yeah, me personally, I think I agree. For all the people who are saying that, you know, the Pyro Archon, she is a Mary Sue, I agree. She's too perfect, too powerful, too OP. There's just really nothing you can gain from this character. There's absolutely nothing at all because she's just too perfect.